everyone, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and on today's video we're going to be taking a look at the newly released AtGames Legends Core Plus. That's right, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AtGames Legends Core Plus, which is newly available to retail. I want to say a huge thank you to AtGames for sending this out to me for the purpose of this review, albeit temporarily, as after I'm done the review, I have to package it up, send it off to its final destination. While listed as newly available, these products are hardly new, as this is merely a repackaging of the AtGames Legends Core and the AtGames Legends Gamepad. While I am familiar with the Core, or Puck, due to its inclusion with the AtGames Legends Gamer Pro, the Legends Gamepad is something entirely new to me, and I'm interested to see how well this controller works with the device. So let's take a look at the Legends Gamepad and see how well it works, and is this an ideal pairing for new and existing customers? And here, guys, you can see the Legends Core Plus. It comes in some bright and fun packaging that should be easily distinguishable on retail shelves. AtGames sometimes do themselves no favors by selling things in plain brown boxes, but something like this will certainly catch eyes on store shelves. Included in the box is the Legends Core, Legends Gamepad, the world's smallest HDMI cable, a USB cable, and a charging block. The AtGames Legends Core is a standalone digital streaming box that can connect to any TV through an HDMI connection. The Legends Core, or Puck as we lovingly call it, is the cheapest entry point into the AtGames Legends ecosystem, and for less than $100 you get access to the 100 included games, which are a mix of arcade and console. I will include a link to the full list down in the description. When you connect your Legends Core to the internet and your ArcadeNet account, now you can avail of all the benefits that brings as well, such as online leaderboards for some of the included games and ArcadeNet games, online play for games through ArcadeNet, and even their excellent pinball offerings through ArcadeNet or pinball pack purchases from the eStore. While all of those features are of course really interesting, the one that really stuck out of my mind when I covered the announcement of this product was bring your own game, and the fact that you could bring your own ROM for both arcade and console games. The Core could in effect become an alternative to a modded mini console or Raspberry Pi, and you can play all of your retro games through the emulators on this console at a reasonable price. When the Core was first released, of course it came by itself, meaning no controller, but you were able to connect other compatible controllers via Bluetooth. It was basically BYOC, or bring your own controller. I was extremely excited at the time for the possibility of using 8-bit controllers with the device because of their quality, and they had just announced an arcade stick. Sadly, these were not compatible at the time of launch, and I have not gone back to test since. AtGames did see the opportunity at the time to create their own wireless gamepad that could connect to the device through Bluetooth, the Legends Gamepad. I was honestly not interested in the Legends Gamepad because I'm a big retro console game enthusiast, and I'm extremely hard on controllers designed to play retro gaming and didn't have high hopes for this controller. Upon feeling the initial weight and pushing buttons out of the box, I didn't get a lot of reassurance, as the controller feels way too light, to the point where you question the quality. The buttons feel okay, but nothing special, and the D-pad's actually pretty good. Thank God it's not using one of those terrible 8-way pressure pads that are the shits for retro gaming. One area where I was really taken back was the analog stick feels just a little bit too tall and weird in your hands compared to what we are used to from other companies that make controllers eerily similar to this, like Nintendo and Xbox. First impression is that this controller seems kind of cheap, but the important aspect is, how will it work for gameplay? The controller was relatively simple to connect through Bluetooth. I started playing a variety of different games with it, and I was actually pretty surprised. The controller really works well. That is not something I expected to find myself saying, but here we are. The buttons are responsive even through Bluetooth with no noticeable lag, and most importantly, the D-pad works like the D-pad should. When playing retro console games, and especially platformers, input timing is so important, and especially reliability on that D-pad, making sure you hit the correct input, and this just works. Is it the finest controller I've ever put in my hands? No, it absolutely isn't, but it just works, and that may be the most important aspect. I tried playing some retro arcade games with it as well, and they all work fairly well, but I have to throw a disclaimer up here. I am pretty particular to playing a game with its correct controller setup. So playing arcade games with a controller always felt weird to me. It's not something I am interested in personally, but it may be fine for you, or especially casuals, who I am assuming the market for this product is. The most important thing, like with the retro console games, the inputs work like they should with no visible lag, so if you lose in the game, don't blame the controller. That was you, pal. Last off, I know AtGames hasn't had the best reputation for emulation over the years with their plug-and-play consoles, and especially some poor results with their Genesis systems, but I'm happy to report the emulation is fantastic here, with the games outputting in crisp 720p, and everything looks great and sounds like it should. As a retro games device, I think you should be pretty happy with the results of the system itself with how the emulation works. Is this the best system to play arcade and retro console games on? No, obviously not, with products out there like the Raspberry Pi 4, and especially the Mister, which has FPGA emulation and CRT accurate timing for retro console games, but the difference is in cost and ease of use. For a casual person looking to play retro games easily at an affordable price point, this might be a great option. So guys, that's my look at the AtGames Legends Core Plus. I don't think this is a product aimed at us home arcade aficionados or even hardcore gamers, and more designed to pique the interest of casual gamers and kids that AtGames can introduce to their impressive arcade ecosystem at an introductory price. The controller itself feels pretty cheap. As soon as you put it in your hands, you'll realize that, but when you start playing with it, it'll do exactly what you want it to do. Essentially, it just works. At $105, I still think this bundle is priced a little bit high, and if they could get it down to between $50 and $75 US, then I think they'll have winners on their hands based on what this product is and what it can do. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the AtGames Legends Core Plus? Is this something you're interested in? Is this something that you think a casual gamer will pick up and play, and it's a great introduction for them into the AtGames ecosystem? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.